Hello, welcome back to Nana's Kitchen with Tina. I am going to do some coleslaw. I'm also going to do the pulled pork for later, but I thought I would start with the coleslaw because I want to make the cabbage sweat a bit. So, I ordered a mandolin from Epicure because it's a lot smaller than this one. This one is much bigger, and I prefer to try and save space, right? You got to be careful not to slice your finger on one of these. I did this one time, not on this one, on a heavy duty one. I was slicing carrots and I sliced the tip of my middle finger off. And just a little bit of a tip, if you do something like that, because I was freaking out and I was trying to make the blood stop and it wouldn't stop. I was holding paper towel on it, trying to compress it and make the blood stop, and finally, I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I cleaned my finger, I cleaned the piece that I sliced off, and I put it back together and the blood stopped. My finger stopped bleeding. So that's something you can do. And obviously if it's too deep, then you obviously want to go to the emergency room. But mine wasn't that deep. It was just literally the tip of my finger. Anyway, so this is a good workout. Actually, I'm going to pause for a second and I'm going to get my Flexi cutting board. Okay, so I'm back. And I've got my flexible cutting mat. Please don't. So I figured that would be a lot easier than to try and hold it steady over the board. So, or the bowl. So much better. And then once you've got a whole bunch, what you can do is you can take your mat and you can do this and dump it right in the bowl. So much easier. I'm going to take that piece off.
Sure you don't cut?
Yeah, when I get lower, I'm going to use the guard.
Can I put it in my house? No. I didn't hear you. Okay.
So then what you want to do is you want to make sure you have the guard on, and that way it protects your hand, and you're not going to slice your hand, your finger, anything off. And then you can push on the top, if you've got one of these, and it's going to push it out so you can get as much as possible. So that's about all that I'm going to get from this piece.
What the? That is so much. And it's coming off.
There we go. So we put that back there. Take the bigger chunks out.
Moving the bowl towards you.
Thank you, my little helper that you can't see, who's off camera right now. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is, I've got quite a bit here. I don't think I'm going to make more than this, but I'm going to put a little bit of salt on this, and then I'm going to let it sweat.
Hello.
Then you're going to drain the liquid from it, and then you can dress it however you like. Best thing to do is not add more salt to it. I made that mistake last time because I was just so used to doing salt and pepper that I did salt on it, and I had to add more cabbage to it. So I think this is a good amount to start with.
Bye.
I'll be back when I'm going to show you the pulled pork that I'm going to start making. So we're back in Nana's Kitchen with Tina, and like I said, I'm going to be doing the pulled pork. Thought I'd give it a try. That's why I'm making the coleslaw. So the package says in a slow cooker, you combine the seasoning with 1 cup of ketchup, half a cup of vinegar, half a cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of water. I'm not doing so much sugar. So you add the boneless pork shoulder roast and turn to coat with sauce. Cover and cook for 6 hours on low or 3 hours on high, and then pull apart with a fork. Well, I bought pork tenderloin because that's all I could find. I'm not a huge fan of pork. I only eat bacon. I know that's weird. I don't really eat any other pork. Yeah, so I thought I would give it a try because I'm willing to try all of our Epicure products and give my opinion. But if you're somebody that loves pork, then by all means, go nuts. Sorry, so and it was a half a cup of vinegar, I believe. Let me make sure, because I made the baked beans the other day for somebody, and because I was doing that and the blueberry coconut ice cream, which called for maple syrup, I added maple syrup to the beans as well. So anyway, half a cup of vinegar. Half a cup, half a cup, half a cup. What am I doing? I need my whisk. I'm not very big on sweets. It looks good. The package looks very tasty. So, and I even bought Kaisers too. I mean, I won't have it on a Kaiser. I may or may not have the pulled pork. We'll see. But I'm making this for everybody else. So. We've got the kid and the dog playing in the other room. So now I'm going to get in here with my hands. And just make sure everything is all nice and coated. And wash my hands. I will set this for 6 hours because it's about noon right now. I'll have dinner around 6. And then when it's done, I will plate it and give you my opinion on the taste test. Hey there, so tonight's dinner is pulled pork. Now, I was told that someone was going to be home for dinner and would have some, and made John Lucas, and then he got all mad because I told him he couldn't watch TV, so he ran off to bed, to his room. My father came over and decided that he wanted Swiss Chalet. So, Dave came home, and then he decided he wanted Swiss Chalet, which is really weird because he doesn't eat Swiss Chalet, because he says it doesn't agree with him. Anyway, I have a crock pot full of pulled pork that I'm probably going to have to eat by myself. Anyway, I thought I would do mine on a wrap instead of the huge bun that it normally goes on that I made for John Luca, who wanted tomato on his. So I'm going to give this a shot. It's probably going to be very messy for me because they're so juicy, and I made some coleslaw earlier. I'm going to lie, I did have one of these earlier before my dad came in. So I'm going to give it a taste test. And it's very tasty. As I said in a previous post, I don't know why I stopped eating all things pork except bacon. But you know what? It's not bad. So I think I would eat this again. I'm going to have to eat this again because I have a crock pot full of it. So it's very tasty. I'm sure all this other stuff on it would be very good too. But I'm going to eat this. And then I'm going to go pick up their Swiss Chalet. So, bon appetit. Ciao for now.